So tracking on native platforms. We're gonna talk about the discrepancy problem and how we're gonna solve it. So there is a big discrepancy. So when you launch a campaign on any native platforms, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about the big two, which is like Taboola and Outbrain, or any DSP that you might be using, you basically have two options in terms of tracking. And no, it doesn't matter which type of campaign you're running. It could be a lead gen campaign, it could be an e-com campaign, any type of campaign. This answers two. So the first option would be just placing the Taboola or Outbrain or any DSP pixel. Most of the smaller beginner guys, that's what they are doing. I know maybe all of the agency guys, at least in Israel, because they are not really using a tracking platform. So most of the guys would just, they are really familiar with like Facebook and how to implement the Facebook pixel, and that's what they know, so that's what they're doing. That's where they are losing really crucial data, and that's when their campaigns are crashing and they don't really know what's the difference between what they are doing and what the bigger guys are doing. So the second option, and this is also the solution to everything, is to use a server-to-server pixel. Okay, it's also called S2S. Okay, so you do that by placing a postback inside your platform and using a tracking tracker, basically a tracker that uses a third-party postback to fire it back to the native platform. So how it goes, it's basically a user clicks, the click ID stays with him, then the tracker knows that that person has clicked. Once that user converted, it posts back to the tracking platform. It could be Has Offers, Everflow, those kinds. Maybe it's Leadspedia if you're running a leads campaign. When a user has converted, the tracker fires the conversion lead. It updates on your user interface, and then it also updates on the tracking platform, which could be, for example, Leadspedia or Has Offers or Everflow. And then once it gets back to the tracker uses the same link to post back the third-party postback. Okay, and it posts it back to the platform. So for example, the Taboola platform or the Outbrain platforms. So before I'm going to tell you how exactly we're going to do it, I need you to understand why it's so important. And I've actually had a talk about it with like a Taboola guy that I told him, dude, I'm using like both the pixel and the server-to-server pixel, and there's like at least a 25% discrepancy between those two. And he was like joking and telling me like at 25 we don't even open a ticket for that. So 25% discrepancy is like normal with them. And for us as affiliates, marketers, and like agency owners, that could be crucial because it's a ton of data that you're missing. So as I said, I want to tell you first of all why it's so important. You have two types of data which you are usually going to use in order to optimize on the platform. The first one would be the creatives, which is super important, and the second one is the publishers. If the data that's being updated or posted back to your system does not match with reality, with the actual number of leads, you might be getting more or less leads than you are usually getting. And if you're not really pouring any type of other traffic source and clicks into that specific landing page, then you're most likely getting less. So you're not really seeing the complete picture inside the campaigns. Okay, that causes two major things. The first one, you won't be able to optimize correctly. Okay, so you might kill a good creative or a good section or maybe a publisher, and in general you don't have a realistic picture of what's going on with the campaign. The second problem is that the platform, the algo itself, the AI, doesn't have enough conversion data to optimize. And unlike Facebook or even Google, it needs a lot more conversion data than you think. Okay, it's not Facebook And platforms like Taboola say that the algo needs at least like 70 conversions just to start optimizing. So if you give it the wrong data or give it less data than you need, then the algo needs actually, then it's going to take more time for it to optimize, or worse, it's going to optimize not according to the right data. So you're not going to get the right users. So how we're gonna solve it? You basically need two things, a tracker and a tracking platform. Okay, so if you're running through a network, it's going to be pretty easy. You already have, or the platform already have maybe Cake, Has Offers, Everflow, maybe Leadspedia if you're running a leads campaign. So you need to be sure that you're posting back your data from the tracker to the platform and from the tracker to the native platform. So inside your tracker, what you want to make sure is that under traffic sources, you just paste the correct post back according to the specific native platform that you're running. If you don't have a tracking platform and you're not running through a network, I would highly suggest you get any type of solution that is capable of posting back to the network. Like, seriously, I am not running without any server-to-server pixel. And just like always, I'm gonna leave you with a big wolf tip, and I can tell you from like an inside data from those companies that I know that most guys that are running, and it doesn't matter if you're an agency owner or a publisher or an affiliate, you're not posting back the conversion value. Okay, so if you're running an e-com campaign, it's a must-have. And if you're running a leads campaign, it might be really crucial if you have different types of like pricing tiers, and maybe you're selling to a couple of guys, and each one has a different pricing. So that would allow you to optimize not just according to the CPA, but also according to the AOV. Okay, and you would be able to know which type of creative, which type of publisher has higher AOV, and you can pay a higher CPA, and that allows you to be more competitive in terms of bidding and stuff like that. So just like post back the value with e-com campaigns, you're gonna be surprised, really surprised with the results. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.